It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
It's something you probably take all the time, maybe even every day, but a new warning says this stuff could kill you.
Holy smoke! Politics and prayers in Vatican City, but no Pope yet.
Chaos in the courtroom. The accused cop killer that looks like a monster.
And rapist on the loose. We want you to take a good look at the guy driving your cab. This is a warning you need to hear right now.
You're watching Fox 5 News at 10. What New Yorkers watch.
Good evening, I'm Rosanna Scotto.
And I'm Dick Brennan. We begin with a developing story. Police say a woman was raped by her cab driver, and he's still out there on the streets right now.
Fox 5's Andrea Day is in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Right now, Andrea.
And Rosanna, this is where the driver picked her up, but minutes later, she got the scare of her life. Take a good look at this guy. He's the one detectives say raped a woman inside his cab. And even worse, sources say it happened right in front of her 2-year-old little girl. It has cops here on the 7-2 searching for the driver, and people who live in the woman's neighborhood frantic it could happen again.
I have my baby, so I don't want somebody to do that to her.
You never feel safe anywhere in New York City. It's like crazy. I don't feel safe.
Sources say the 20-something-year-old woman called for a livery cab here at 54th and 3rd in Sunset Park. She had her daughter by her side and told the driver to take her to Atlantic Avenue. But sources say he drove a few blocks, turned around, and told her, "You're very pretty," and then grabbed her and raped her.
I don't go out by myself. My husband take me or my son.
And cops are hoping someone out there can help track this guy down. If you have any information at all, call Crime Stoppers. That number is 800-577-TIPS. I'm Andrea Day, Fox 5 News.
After a long legal battle, a former NYPD officer pled guilty to shooting and killing a deli clerk. It happened last year in Queens. John Malik told a judge he pulled his gun as a joke while he was cashing a lottery ticket. He says the semi-automatic pistol accidentally fired, killing Manuel Chimelta. He was 18 years old. Mr. Malik was indicted for manslaughter after Manuel's family and city council members lobbied for months to get him arrested. Malik's apologized to Manuel's family in court, but his father still says justice has not been served.
They say 1 to 3 years is not fair because, you know, he destroyed my family, and I have a grandson that he's not going to have his father anymore.
Mr. Malik served nearly 30 years on the force. He faces 1 to 3 years in prison. He's 60 years old.
Jameen Montilla is 9 years old, and like most 9-year-olds, likes to play outside. But last night she found out she lives on a very dangerous street, and she's got quite the story to tell. Tonight she's telling it to Fox 5's Linda Schmidt. Linda.
That's right. Good evening there, Dick. Well, just imagine your child is playing innocently enough out here on the sidewalk. Gunshots are fired from just a couple of blocks away. Those bullets come flying through the air, and one of them ends up hitting your child.
I feel really scared and nervous.
At 9 years old, Jameen Montilla's biggest worry should be her homework. But instead, this innocent child is home from school with a bullet still lodged inside of her buttocks. She was hit by a stray bullet.
Right at that moment, I felt something that hit me.
Family and friends are so thankful that she's doing okay. Now, she was outside of her apartment on Nelson Avenue playing with friends when gunshots rang out.
I was trying to move, but I couldn't because everybody was like going around and I couldn't move.
So everybody was in your way. You were trying to run too and you couldn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
Then she cried out for her mom.
She saw that my skirt was burned and I had a hole.
Jameen cannot sit or walk, and she's got to go back to the doctor next week to see if they can take out that bullet. And what would you say to whoever it was that fired that gun?
That to stop that if they don't want to go to jail, they just shouldn't do that.
That's very good advice from Jameen. By the way, so far police have not been able to find those shooters. That's the very latest from here for you tonight. We're live in the High Bridge section of the Bronx. I'm Linda Schmidt, Fox 5 News.
All right, Linda, thank you. A 5-year-old boy is in serious condition after being hit by a car in Brooklyn. Police say a car ran a red light in Bensonhurst and slammed into another one. The collision pushed the second car onto the sidewalk where it hit the little boy. He was taken to Lutheran Medical Center. Police issued a red light summons to the driver of the first car.
Now a health alert about some of those popular pain relievers you may pop every day. Fox 5's James Ford is on the Upper East Side with a warning you have to hear.
What this new information shows is that a common habit and some very common over-the-counter drugs don't mix.
I'm surprised to hear that.
That may be your reaction, too, to a study showing that smokers who use common ibuprofen-based painkillers are at twice the risk for heart attacks, strokes, and other heart-related problems.
That's horrible.
We're talking about painkillers you may use often, even every day, like Advil, Motrin, and Aleve. A 20-year-long oral cancer study showed that people who used the ibuprofen-based drugs had a somewhat lower oral cancer risk, but a significantly higher heart disease risk.
Well, I still find that surprising.
But our doctor, Steve Salvatore, says these are solid results, even though they're limited.
You have to keep in mind that this is only one study. We'll have to see what future studies show.
And a pharmacist points out there are alternatives.
The aspirin is probably the best that you can take as far as an anti-inflammatory or pain reliever.
The bottom line from our experts is both habits, smoking and heavy use of painkillers, not a good idea. Reporting from the Upper East Side, I'm James Ford, Fox 5 News.
Do you use Sudafed or other cold and allergy medications? Well, they're going to be harder to get. Target is moving cold medicines from the shelves to behind the counters. You may use products like Sudafed to fight colds, but some use it to make methamphetamine. Now, any medicine containing pseudoephedrine can be used to make the illegal drug. Target knows they may lose some business, but they say it's for the greater good.
Targets across the United States, we are going to be consistent and we're going to be removing it off of our shelves.
All cold medicines are expected to be removed from the shelves in the next 3 months.
Oklahoma City, 10 years later.
Yeah, tomorrow marks the anniversary of the bombing of the Murrah Federal Building.
168 people were killed that April day in 1995. Tomorrow, a remembrance ceremony will be held, observed by 168 seconds of silence and the reading of all the victims' names.
As the anniversary approaches, law enforcement agents here are on high alert. A special SWAT team is trained to make sure another Oklahoma City never happens again.
Fox 5's Lisa Evers is in Lower Manhattan with an exclusive look. Lisa.
Rosanna, the federal cops who protect office buildings and millions of people have a new SWAT team to thwart terrorists and troublemakers. It's called Operation Guardian, and what you're about to see is a Fox 5 exclusive.
It's part of Homeland Security, and it's called the Federal Protective Service. These experienced cops safeguard the hotspots that never cool down, the very places that intelligence sources say have been under detailed surveillance by terrorists for years.
It's a very difficult challenge in these times. We have to provide a secure environment at locations that are targets.
And they've got the latest weapons and gear to do the job, like this P90 machine gun that fires 900 rounds a minute. The bullets are so precise and deadly they can go through body armor, but won't ricochet if they have to take someone out inside a crowded building.
The terrorists don't forget. They want to destroy America. We cannot forget that.
Prime targets are federal buildings like 26 Federal Plaza downtown, the place you go for Social Security, immigration, and other offices. The front line for protection is the front door. Thousands of visitors to all sorts of federal agencies must pass through super-sensitive metal detectors.
And take a look at this baseball bat studded with nails. They took it off a man who wanted to use it on a Social Security clerk.
In the last year alone, they've confiscated over 40,000 weapons in federal buildings from our area. These are just a few. Knives, lots of them. Even synthetic knives designed to slip through the detectors.
And their weapons detection system is so tight, they even found this tiny knife hidden in this crucifix.
It's unbelievable what people try to smuggle in. Guns, handcuffs, martial arts weapons, tasers, pepper spray, and even phony police shields and cards. And oh yeah, even weed.
And if they catch you with a weapon, you're going to end up here, locked up, and they're going to throw away the key.
Before the Operation Guardian teams go out, they have an intelligence briefing. For security reasons, we were allowed to observe only part of it.
So we'll proceed south down Broadway. We'll enter, we'll stage the vehicles, 1, 2, 3, and 4, nose facing the building.
We rode along as the convoy made its way to One Bowling Green.
You see things like that parked in certain areas, you know, they pique your curiosity. Now right in here, there's so many vendors, it's common.
Outside One Bowling Green, they provide a visual deterrent and thoroughly inspect areas in and around the facility. So what are they looking for?
Unattended vehicles, unattended packages, you know, people loitering that look like maybe they don't belong in the area. And you get a lot of help from the local people in the buildings.
And if these dedicated officers had been on patrol 10 years ago, the Oklahoma City bombing might have been prevented. It's their mission to make sure something like that never happens again. Reporting live from Lower Manhattan, Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Back to you in the studio.
Lisa, thank you. Great Neck is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods around, so how could a 74-year-old man get mugged taking out the trash? Police say it happened at 6 in the morning on East Shore Road. It's on Long Island. The man was stabbed in the thigh when he refused to hand over any money. Police say the senior citizen managed to walk almost a mile to the precinct to report the crime. And have you seen this guy? Let's hope not, but if you have, police need your help. They say he shot a man during a robbery on Central Park West and 108th Street yesterday. Police say he followed a woman to her apartment building, held her up at gunpoint, and shot her boyfriend when he came out to help. He's in stable condition.
Now to Rome, where all eyes are on a simple smokestack on the Vatican's roof. The College of Cardinals voted already, but there's still no answer to the question the world is waiting for: who will be the next pope? Fox's Caroline Shively is in Rome right now. Caroline, I noticed St. Peter's Square was packed with people, all waiting to see smoke, black or white.
Absolutely. 40,000 people were packed down in the square and the road leading up to it. It was a disappointed crowd today because, as you saw in that video, the smoke at first appeared white. That is supposed to be the sign for we have a new pope. The crowd started to surge forward. They were screaming, white smoke, we have a new pope. They wanted to get first in line to see the new pope as he came out, but it gradually turned to gray, then it turned black, an undeniable sign that today's vote didn't pick a new person to lead the church.
Well, the conclave is shrouded in secrecy. In fact, the Latin word conclave means with a key. But before they were locked inside, we did get a rare look at the cardinals inside the Sistine Chapel.
We did. For the first time ever, cameras recorded what was going on inside. We saw them take that oath of secrecy, pledging to never tell about the negotiations, what goes on in the Sistine Chapel. But then those words, those Latin words, extra ominous, were muttered. That means everybody out. That's the last time we will see any of these cardinals until they pick a pope.
All right, thank you so much. Caroline Shively in Rome. Dick.
Well, Rosanna, usually kids stay home when they're sick, but this time hundreds of kids got sick at school. The problem, this former industrial site being cleaned up for development. It's across the street from Robert Wagner Elementary School, and the fumes from the work site are making teachers and hundreds of students sick to their stomachs.
I couldn't breathe, and I was almost choking, and I felt sick, like I was gonna throw up. I was going like this.
Him and a bunch of other kids. City Council member Eric Goya wants the company to take responsibility for the problem. TRC, the company cleaning up the site, says they've stopped the invasive work and covered up all open excavations with clean sand.
It's like nothing ever happened. The Norwegian Dawn heads out to sea again with a whole new passenger load after the last trip had passengers being rocked and rolled by a 70-foot wave. Fox 5's Helen Lukatis has that story.
Many passengers getting off the boat earlier today said that this trip was truly terrifying, that they thought the Norwegian Dawn was going down and that they were going to die. Are you a little nervous?
No. No, what are the chances it's going to happen again?
Tara Marchand and her family were ready to board the next Norwegian Bahamas cruise ship as the last passenger stepped foot on ground after living through a 70-foot wave crashing into the vessel. Many say it sounded like a bomb exploding.
This big boom, and the ship is rocking back and forth, and everything flying through the room.
This is home video of the rough waters in the 24 hours before the big wave. A funnel cloud can be seen in the distance, and this is some of the damage. The wave crashed through windows of 2 cabins, flooding 62 cabins in all. 4 passengers suffered cuts and bruises, but the cruise line insists the passengers were never in danger.
The ship was never in an unsafe situation.
Some passengers who survived the freak wave took it all in stride, and those who dared to get on board the same ship tonight here in New York say they're not worried. They set sail heading back to the Bahamas. A Dobbs Ferry mother toured the entire boat and told us by cell phone from the ship all the damage has been fixed.
A lot of us were a little skeptical initially when we heard about this, but
They reassured us, and we feel very safe on the ship.
After the wave hit, Norwegian offered its passengers free drinks for the rest of the cruise. It's also offering them a 50% refund on this trip and a 50% discount if they book again. But I don't think that's enough for many of them. In fact, some are already talking to their lawyers. Reporting at Pier 88, Helen Lukatis, Fox 5 News.
If you ride Amtrak, we have some new information for you. No Acela Express trains will run this week. One Acela ran today between New York and Washington, but Amtrak decided to suspend service again. It's repairing damaged brakes on its high-speed trains. Normally, Amtrak runs 15 weekday round trips between New York and Washington and 11 between New York and Boston. Metroliner and regional trains will service the lines.
Ever think you'd see a trolley again in New York? Well, it could happen. Some transportation planners want to build a crosstown light rail system on 42nd Street. The plan won't be without controversy, of course, since it would shut down 42nd to cars and make it a one giant pedestrian mall. Planners say the trains would carry 3 times as many people as the bus and would be very dependable.
It's not the old-fashioned trolleys. It's highly accessible, speedy river-to-river transportation.
The Manhattan Borough President says sponsored a presentation of the plans tonight.
Is Big Brother watching you? Some people claim the use of computers and the internet could make privacy a thing of the past.
They say it can all start with a very familiar tool, a tool almost everyone on the computer uses. And as Fox 5's John Dutzman found out, it can be very embarrassing.
Your reporter is quite the stud here with his shirt off. This is a photo of you.
There it is for all of the world to see. A half-naked picture of me in what looks like a compromising position. It took private investigator Stephen Rombaum just a few minutes to find it on the internet. And he didn't do any private eye work to get it. He did something anyone could do, called a Google search.
For those of you who don't know about Google, it's a very, very good high-tech online library system that can find almost anything that's ever been on the internet, including anything that's ever been written, said, or even displayed about you.
Enter my name and whammo, within minutes he had this embarrassing snapshot. It's from an acting class I took years ago during a midlife crisis. Even though the school is out of business, the pictures are still on the internet.
What people can find out about you, some of it embarrassing when they do a Google search, isn't really the big concern. That stuff's on the internet anyway. What people are worried about are the records that Google is keeping on you every time you use their site to do a search.
For example, if you've done a Google search to find a gift for your mom, or maybe something more private like looking for tips to fight hemorrhoids, the people at Google are creating a pretty thick file on you.
Google records for all time and catalogs every search that you do that displays what your likes, dislikes, interests, disinterest, political orientation, lifestyle orientation.
And if you signed up for Google's email system called Gmail, Google in their own privacy policy admits that they scan your email. Google tells us there's nothing sinister going on here, that they basically track your activity for marketing purposes. For example, if you write a Gmail to a friend about a digital camera, you might get a pop-up the next day about digital cameras. If you do a Google search about a trip to Florida, you might get bombarded with travel ads.
Google basically wants to be the company that knows everything about you.
Google does keep tabs on every search you've done on your computer, and they tie it to your computer's IP address, which is like your computer's unique fingerprint.
The privacy issue all comes down to this. While Google can tie searches to a particular computer, can they tell who is using that computer? If I do a search on Google, can they tie it to John Dutzman?
While it's not easy to link the IP code to someone's name, experts tell us there are some sneaky and indirect ways to find out who's using a computer.
And that's really what people are worried about here, because all this information is in one spot. Who's to say that a cop, federal agent, or someone who wants to sue you can't get their hands on this information and use it against you? I mean, think about it. Those searches you do on Google, that can make for some interesting evidence in divorce court.
But Lance Ulanoff, the executive director of PC Magazine, does not see Google as an evil big brother.
They're not going out there and building some sort of mass intelligence engine that will someday turn on us and start to deliver out information about us as people to people we don't want to have it.
Not everyone's convinced of that, and there's a website out there called Google Watch where you can check out all of the Big Brother theories about Google.
Now, Google tells us they do everything they can to protect your privacy and that they only electronically scan your Gmail, that human beings are not looking at your Gmail, and they electronically scan it only for marketing reasons. And they tell us that government agencies should not have any more access to Google information than they do to any other online search engine information. But you know what? Since there are no regulations about any of this stuff, you're going to have to trust these guys. I'm John Dutzman. Back to you.
All right, now many of our stories come from tips from people like you. Do you think you're being scammed?
Then tell us about it. Call 1-877-TELL-FOX5 or log on to fox5ny.com and click on Fox 5 Investigates.
What a beautiful day.
Get any
It's
better.
sort of a hard time to get back to work today. You know what I mean? With the sunshine and the warm temperatures.
Fox 5 Weather Authority Nick Gregory is here to tell us if it's going to last.
Yeah, maybe another hard day tomorrow. I can tell you that much. Another beautiful evening. Temperatures now have cooled off, though, with the wind lightly off the water. 57 in Midtown, with the sky being clear. It's going to be a cool night. 54 in the city. Make it as low as 40, though, in some of those cooler spots, well to the north and west, and some upper 40s right along the coastal areas. Look at this beautiful satellite. Not much going on at all. High pressure will be dropping down and sort of filling in from the southeastern states, so it's another warm southwesterly wind day tomorrow. Could it be 80 or better? Find out of the forecast coming up.
Also coming up, Martha Stewart gets serious. We'll explain.
Plus chaos on the courtroom. An accused cop killer's family outraged and claimed police brutality.
And the district attorney vanishes without a trace. Coming up.
Closed captioning brought to you by your Lexus dealer.
The ES. Refine with a passion. At your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer. From director Stephen Chow and the choreographer of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and The Matrix. Kung Fu Hustle is a knockout. You won't have a better time at the movies this year. Kung Fu Hustle, rated R.
McDonald's bagel sandwiches are just too good to part with. Introducing the sausage, egg, and cheese. Just one of 3 delicious bagel sandwiches at McDonald's. Now open at 6 a.m. or earlier.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to win big. The New York Mega Millions jackpot is now
over $165 million.
As Lance taking his last lap at the Tour de France, we're back in a minute.
The New York Yankees Immortals, together for the first time ever. Relive the magic and the memories with the Immortals Medallion Collection from the New York Post. Buy the New York Post and get Monday's New York Yankees Medallion coupon. Take it to a participating retailer and get your next Immortals medallion for just $2.99. There are 20 spectacular medallions to collect, featuring some of the greatest New York Yankees of all time. So get your next Immortals medallion coupon Monday, only when you buy the New York Post.
One car has factory-installed keyless remote start, and it's not a Honda Accord. Only one car has the first and largest 4-panel panoramic roof available, and it's not a Toyota Camry. And it's not a Nissan Altima 2.5 that has the most powerful engine. It's the first ever Pontiac G6. With hot button bonus cash, drive a G6 for around $199 a month with Smart Buy financing. Call for residency restrictions and details. Use your hot button bonus cash now.
You're watching Fox 5 News at 10. What New Yorkers watch.
Hundreds rallied against police brutality at City Hall. Some were there to protest the release of Francis Lavoti. The ex-cop walked out of prison on Friday after serving 7.5 years for the death of Anthony Baez 11 years ago. Lavoti put Baez in a chokehold after Baez's brother accidentally hit his patrol car with a football. A man who claims his 13-year-old son was killed by police says this has got to stop.
Since my son was killed, my age is just 20. I mean, it's just insane to me that not a single cop has been prosecuted in Brooklyn for killing one of these innocent people.
Well, just so you know, Lavoti was acquitted of negligent homicide but was convicted of violating Baez's civil rights.
An accident on the Jersey Turnpike caused quite a traffic jam in Newark this afternoon. Skyfox was over the mess, and what a mess. A tractor trailer slammed into another truck on exit 15, causing a 3-car pileup. At least one person was hurt, but no serious injuries.
Skyfox also caught the aftermath of a train collision in Brooklyn. A diesel train slammed into a minivan in Sunset Park this afternoon. One person was slightly hurt. No word on why the van was on the tracks.
We all know crime doesn't pay, but Martha Stewart really isn't doing so bad. She just signed a 4-year megabucks deal with Sirius Satellite Radio. That comes on the heels of 2 TV deals, including one that will create an apprentice-type reality show for her. Stewart says her 24/7 radio channel will be geared toward women.
Cooking and entertaining and collecting, homekeeping, animal information and tips, child care.
Stock in Martha's company, Omnimedia, was up about 6%. Coming up, the mother of Michael Jackson's accuser blows her top at the King of Pop.
Plus, big news from Lance Armstrong may have some bikers spinning their wheels.
And it gets down and dirty, down under. A soccer match out of control, and it wasn't the players.
And we've had 10 days in a row without a drop of rain. How long can that last? We're watching severe weather in the midsection of the country. I'll bring you that forecast coming up.
And Wall Street staggered to a mixed finish. Dow Jones stocks struggled to find a bottom after 3 straight triple-digit drops. It fell just over 16 points, while the Nasdaq gained just over 4.5 points.
Brought to you by Jeep. Trail-rated capability, only in a Jeep 4x4.
I got a great deal on my new Liberty. My all-new Grand Cherokee's 4x4 of the year. More cargo. Bonus cash. More adventure. 5-star site crash test rating and 0% financing.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Jeep Spring Sales event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Right now, qualified returning buyers can get a Liberty Sport for only $259 a month at 5.5% APR.
I love it.
Glenn Peterson has 3 growing kids and a budget to stick to, so ShopRite's helping him provide the best at low prices. In addition to over 2,000 weekly sale items, Glenn's Price Plus card gives him even more discounts.
Make ShopRite your summer headquarters. This resin stacked chair is just $4.88 with your Price Plus Club card. These folding lounge chairs only $38.88, and this 9-foot market umbrella only $34.99.
Always fresh and always for less. ShopRite.
I just got Verizon's DSL service instead of Roadrunner, and I'm glad I did.
It's $29.95 a month with Verizon.
$29.95. So they doubled the speed, and the price stayed the same.
Verizon DSL just got faster than what it used to be.
Twice as fast.
Verizon Online DSL is super fast, and it includes MSN Premium, something you don't get with Roadrunner. It's still just $29.95 a month when you sign up for 1 year.
I had a lot of choices,
but I went with Verizon.
He wants a cordless drill. You want marigolds. He wants a socket wrench. You want perennials. Fortunately, the things you both want in your BMW X3 came with it. Lease a well-equipped X3 3.0 for $369 a month from April 30th.
Fox Tuesday. 7 finalists will take the stage. Who's got it? Who'll bring it? And who will win your vote? American Idol. Then, would you sacrifice your life?
This cancer moves quick.
To save your unborn child?
Tell me what's going on. I need your okay on this.
All New House.
Tomorrow night at 8 on Fox 5.
6 bullets for Johnny Mudd.
But I don't think anybody at 28 years old deserves to die.
On the next A Current Affair.
Tomorrow at 6:30 on Fox 5.
Don't go away. Weather Authority Nick Gregory has your full forecast before the next commercial break.
It was another bizarre day in the Michael Jackson trial. His accuser's mother says Michael is fooling the world, but Jackson's team is hitting back. Fox reporter Trace Gallagher has more on today's testimony.
Spending her fourth day on the stand, Janet Arvizo, the accuser's mom, remained combative, evasive, refusing to answer yes or no questions, instead going off on long tangents, prompting the judge to repeatedly strike her testimony. Defense attorney Tom Mesereau simply noting her answers, certain, say legal experts, to use them against her later. Mesereau focusing on Janet Arvizo's accusation that she and her children were held against their will. Arvizo saying she feared Jackson's people would get rid of them in a hot air balloon, claiming that while they were being held, they were fed only once a day. Tom Mesereau then produced receipts for extravagant shopping sprees taken by Arvizo, paid by Michael Jackson. Thousands of dollars at shops, restaurants, and salons. Janet Arvizo denied the receipts were hers.
A lot of what Mesereau did today, including the shopping spree, was simply laying the seeds for what he's going to try to prove up in his case, so we'll have to wait to see what he can. But if he can prove she was lying about these things, those would be the most devastating attack on her credibility.
Tom Mesereau continued pressing Arvizo on why she never told anyone she was being held captive. I tried to slip them clues, she said. Did you ask them to call police? Asked Mesereau. No, she said. I was hoping they'd take it upon themselves. Prosecution ended the day on redirect, showing pictures of Janet Arvizo and her son badly bruised after their run-in with JCPenney security guards, lending credibility to her claim that her $150,000 settlement with the department store was based more on fact than fiction. In Santa Maria, California, Trace Gallagher, Fox News.
The FBI is analyzing credit cards and phone records in their search for a missing district attorney. The county prosecutor has worked in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania for the past 20 years. Ray Grykar, he's 60 years old. He was reported missing by his girlfriend late Friday. He took the day off from work. Police found his car over the weekend in a parking lot in a town about 45 miles away. Cops searched the car and the nearby Susquehanna River, but found nothing. His daughter is desperate to hear his voice.
I want you to know that I will wait for as long as it takes to hear from you. I miss you so much, and I love you, and please call.
Grykar's brother vanished under similar circumstances in 1996. It's believed he drowned himself.
There are not guilty pleas in the United Nations Oil for Food scandal. Two Texas oilmen said they did not cheat the UN program. David Chalmers and oil trader Ludmil Dosyanagov were arrested in their homes last week. They're accused of diverting at least $100 million that should have gone to Iraqi humanitarian efforts. Federal prosecutors claim they paid secret kickbacks to Saddam Hussein in order to buy Iraqi oil at artificially low prices.
A big announcement from Lance Armstrong. The world-class cyclist says he will retire after the Tour de France this summer. Lance is looking to break his own record and go for a 7th straight win in this grueling event. His winning streak and his recovery from testicular cancer have made him an international superstar. Lance is 33 years old.
What a great day again. Temperatures way up in the 70s. This is more like a late May, June preview, and it's nice this evening. There's the George Washington Bridge. Bet you're wondering what that little light is up there. That's actually, they turn that light on to help pilots get towards LaGuardia Airport when they're doing visual landings into the field there. So there you go. Little airport aviation trivia for you tonight. 77 and 57 degrees in New York today. Way above the average of 62 and 45, but nowhere near the records of 96 and 25 that were set 100 years apart a while back. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:11. It should be another beautiful one, too. It's a clear sky now. 57 degrees. The wind has gone calm. The humidity 51%. Pressure's up there, 30.10, and it continues to rise. Now, temperatures that were earlier up in the 70s inland have dropped to 53 at Poughkeepsie, and it's only 49 at Islip with the wind up off the water. 50 Kennedy, but still 68 in Morristown. Let's go to your neighborhood numbers. And we're going to head right on into the Bronx this evening. And again, a little cooler at Throgs Neck area, 57. Riverdale at 55. And then parts of northern New Jersey are holding out of that mild weather like Marcella at 68, but it's upper 50s, Mahwah to Bloomfield as we go on through this evening. But the warm weather will be back tomorrow. Again, as we talk about a southwesterly wind in that forecast. 40s now, really just up at Burlington. It's 50s from Syracuse to Boston, 55 there right now. Philadelphia at 59, and then 60s as you get back off to the south and west. So, again, the mild weather is here, and with that southwest wind going into play tomorrow, that mild weather will be coming back into our forecast. In fact, look at the wide view here. As we look around the country, you'll find temperatures already still in the 70s and 60s, right on down to New Orleans. These were areas that were in the 80-degree mark for today, and I'm pretty confident we get to 80 in New York City tomorrow. In fact, some folks in interior New Jersey up to the lower Hudson Valley may even be a little higher than that. That's with this warm front moving off to our north, high pressure off to the south, so up comes that southwesterly airflow. Again, we'll be talking about that warmer weather. Eventually, though, we'll be talking about this cool front and a trend towards cooler weather, but you'll see that later on in the 5-day forecast. Tonight, it's clear, it's cool. It's about 54, 55 in the city, but again, as you saw, it's cooling off to the 40s in some of those suburbs already. Tomorrow, sunshine, few clouds, a warm, beautiful day, about 80 in Midtown, but 60s to near 70 with the sea breeze at the shore and warmer inland. And again, that 5-day forecast has a change. I'll show it to you coming up.
Also coming up, disorder in the court after an accused cop killer appears bruised and battered.
Plus, tempers flare at a soccer match, and racism may be behind it.
And a bizarre police chase comes to an even more bizarre end. Don't miss it. It's next.
This traffic tracker is brought to you by Hyundai.
Hello, I'm Stacey Engund with your Hyundai traffic tracker. For overnight construction, the northbound Cross Island Parkway will have up to 2 lanes closed between the Ground Switcher Parkway and the LIE. 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Street cleaning rules will be in effect on Tuesday. Tune in weekdays for the latest traffic updates right here on Good Day 5 to 9 a.m.
Tomorrow at 5. Legs just not ready to go bare for summer? How to get them looking flawless for those skirts and shorts. Tomorrow on Fox 5 News at 5. Fox 5 News, brought to you by Hyundai.
This is it, Hyundai's once-a-year spring sales event with great deals like up to $3,500 cash back or 0% APR for 60 months on select models and limited-time-only savings on the stylish Hyundai Sonata. Like every Hyundai, the Sonata is built with award-winning quality that lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. Hurry, the event ends May 2nd. Only at your Hyundai dealer. Get a 2005 Hyundai Sonata with up to $3,000 cash back or 0% APR.
My friends always ask me, where did you find that? And I always tell them the same thing, TJ Maxx. Whether it's the perfect handbag, designer jeans, or a great necklace, when I tell them how much money I save, they always say the same thing. So when are we going?
I overheard something today. I think they were talking about assassinating President Serrano here at the UN.
4 stars for The Interpreter. In the frighteningly capable hands of Sidney Pollack, Nicole Kidman, and Sean Penn, The Interpreter pulses with cold-blooded intrigue and bristles with pure, unadulterated suspense.
What are you not telling me? I don't know how honest I can be with you.
From the director of 3 Days of the Condor and The Firm, The Interpreter, rated PG-13, starts Friday.
Hey, Jenny, guess what, girl? I only have one chin now. I've lost 30 pounds. Holla! Oh, and I'm in love. No, with my personal consultant. Yeah, hold up a second. If you join Jenny Craig, you get one too. They'll design a plan just for you. Your life, that's why it works.
Lose 20 pounds for $20, plus the cost of food. Call 1-800-JENNY-20 now.
Oh, and when you go into Way, you want to kiss your consultant? You can. I do. They like it. Have you called Jenny yet?
It's amazing what people can do when they're confident in their equipment. You think about that. Then you build a range of turbocharged performance sedans with legendary Volvo safety. The 2005 Volvo S60s.
A man accused of gunning down a cop in Rhode Island now looks like Hannibal Lecter. And that's just the beginning of the courtroom chaos. Cops Cops say this guy killed Detective James Allen. He was an officer for 27 years. Detective Allen was shot dead while questioning the suspect. Cops say that suspect is Esteban Carpio. In court today, his face was so banged up, he wore a mask to try to disguise his injuries. Now the question Carpio's family wants to know is, how did he get so banged up?
They massacred him. I'm surprised he's still alive the way he looks.
The police chief says there is no evidence any officer used excessive force. Cops say Carpio jumped from a 3-story window trying to escape after the shooting. Cops say that's how he got his injuries.
Things got violent at a soccer match in Melbourne, Australia. Long-standing ethnic tensions erupted into a free-for-all, and 4 police officers were hurt. Police say hundreds of rowdy fans stormed the field after a last-minute victory by the Preston Lions. The Lions are supported by fans from the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. Their rivals, the South Melbourne team, have predominantly Greek fans.
The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating a deadly school bus accident in Arlington, Virginia. 1 child died, 14 others hurt when the bus collided head-on into a garbage truck. Passengers on a city bus helped remove many of the injured kids. Most were 4 to 9 years old. The drivers of both vehicles and 2 kids are in critical condition.
Now the Thief of the Day segment. A thief in Atlanta, Georgia wasn't exactly thinking about blending in with the crowd when he stole a bucket truck. He sent cops on a low-speed chase, his big mistake among others, cutting off onto the highway and into a residential neighborhood. The truck flipped over. There it goes.
Oh.
Yep. And the suspect was eventually hauled off to jail. No word on what in the world he was going to do with a bucket truck.
What was he thinking? All right. Coming up, your inside guide to the Tribeca Film Festival, what you must and must not see.
And local kids turn into authors and then into teachers. Kids teaching kids. Next.
And another summer preview tomorrow, but what about after that? Find out on the forecast ahead. Now your Dodge Strike takes you to the forecast for Tuesday.
This program brought to you by Audi. Never follow.
The all-new Audi A6. It's greater to lead than follow.
2 Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supremes. Give me 1. I helped you move in here.
In college, I was your only friend. I let you take my girlfriend to prom.
When Mom and Dad could only send one of us to camp, I let you go.
When I was 4, I found you in a basket in the woods and convinced my parents to raise you. Come on!
Now we're even. Totally even.
The Mozzarella Chicken and Cheeseburger Supremes. 2 slices of mozzarella and a creamy Parmesan sauce. Yep, it's that good.
The 2005 Chevy Silverado Z71 4x4. With a 310 horsepower Vortec power plant and available XM satellite radio. The attraction is irresistible.
Now use hot button bonus to get an 05 Silverado Z71 for around $299 a month with Smart Buy financing. Residents and restrictions apply. Call for details.
Another outstanding performance of Brothers QL500 PC label printer, brought to you by P-Touch Electronic Labeling Systems.
Of course I want the Kia Sedona. I like everything you're telling me about the 5-star safety rating, the DVD player, and the 10-year warranty, and all that cash back is pretty amazing. But I need to gesture aggressively with my hands, so my wife thinks I am really working you over to make this deal. Are you with me?
Get the Sedona, starting at $17,120 after $4,000 cash back. Visit your New York, New Jersey, and Fairfield County Kia retailers. Hurry, offer ends soon.
How much longer will the summer weather stick around? Weather Authority Nick Gregory has the 5-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Did you say weather?
I think I
Are
said
you acting?
summer weather.
All right, well, there are big budget Hollywood thrillers, small local documentaries, everything in between, too.
The Tribeca Film Festival starts tomorrow, so where do you start picking your films?
Fox 5's Namoir Delaney has some advice.
The Tribeca Film Festival includes some 250 films shown over 12 days. Comprehensive, yes, but also a little overwhelming. So even though there's something for everyone, we have tried to find the films for you.
Do you think I'm making it up?
The UN makes its big screen debut in The Interpreter. Other movies have only pretended to shoot here. But for $80 million, director Sidney Pollack got the real place and real stars, making this a first chance to see the flick everyone will want to see when it hits theaters. What's being billed as the first post-9/11 feature comes from an unlikely source. The Great New Wonderful is helmed by stoner comedy director Danny Lena.
You can imagine that it's not quite as much a comedy as Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle or Dude, Where's My Car? But it strikes a number of emotional chords and strikes them rather skillfully.
The stage doesn't always translate to the screen, but show business follows the making of Avenue Q, Caroline or Change, Taboo and Wicked very successfully, says festival executive director Peter Scarlett.
This film has really captured something that no film has captured before about Broadway.
Great Cuban motion, you guys totally rule.
Even if you don't know your merengue from your salsa, you can still love the Just Do It gusto of Mad Hot Ballroom. 6,000 public school kids, one New York City competition should equal many happy audiences.
Suitable for the whole family, worth kidnapping other members to join your family to go see.
I will be a woman. As for winners of the festival itself, Peter rates Felicity Huffman for pulling off playing a pre-operative transsexual woman who's just discovered she's a dad in Transamerica.
If she were to walk away with the Best Actress Award at the Tribeca Film Festival, it would be no surprise to me at all.
There are still plenty of tickets left for the Tribeca Film Festival. You can get yours either at www.tribecafilmfestival.org or at the walk-up location at Greenwich and Vestry. In Tribeca, I'm Namoir Delaney, Fox 5 News.
Imagine school with no recess? Come on! Some city schools say they can't afford to pay teachers to supervise recess, so kids are spending that time inside watching TV. Another reason schools are axing recess? Test scores. The teachers union says the city is putting higher test scores first. But parents are worried the loss of recess could add to a growing obesity problem with kids in grammar school.
4 hours of homework, no recess.
Unbelievable.
A New York City dentist changed his life after 9/11, and today he's one very innovative teacher in the city's public school system.
Lucy Nolan talked to the dentist-turned-teacher, his kids, and their amazing science project.
Thanks, guys. Dr. Mark Ashenbrand spent 25 years in dentistry. Then he watched the Twin Towers fall. Today, he's living out his dream as a teacher, and he's got his kids going gaga over rocks and minerals.
Do you notice what these spaces are for? What are they for? Pictures and illustrations.
Welcome to Wagner Middle School. No, it's not art class, it's science, Dr. Ashenbrand style. No dry term papers here. This challenge is far more exciting. Create a storybook on rocks, gems, or minerals for third graders. That means get the facts right, get your grammar right, make it entertaining, draw pictures, and bind the book.
One of the main ways that I thought it would be interesting and that I knew that they got the subject matter was if they taught it to another child. Reading storybooks to them, they get enthusiastic. They have to explain the material to another child.
And not just do it in a way that the English teacher would approve of, but do it in 2 languages if you can. Kevin Zhang in Cantonese. Yannick Delis, Italian.
Una luce con il colore dentro l'arcobaleno che lo lasciò stupito.
7 different languages in these storybooks, even rap.
An unstoppable power, you can say I'm the bomb, so choose which color is the perfect gift to your bomb.
12 weeks of toil culminating in this.
Pirate has a cubic shape and more metallic luster than the gold. Yep, you got fooled, fool.
Jonathan Hampton's Pocket Full of Gold, set in the gold rush with a guy named Levi Strauss. The review?
Really fun because I know that it's about minerals and stuff, but it looks like it feels something real that actually happened a long time ago.
These 8th graders' books are now part of PS 183's library. Titles like A. Neil Diamond and Rania and Ruby Red.
It was excellent. It was great. Because usually I love rubies because that's my birthstone. I think they're lovely.
I'm shocked that these books are coming from middle school kids. They're fantastic.
One tough project, and Dr. Ashenbrand's kids say one of the most satisfying they have ever tackled.
It actually feels really good because it was really hard to do it. So actually they like it. That means I did a really good job.
Indeed. Amazing what a dream can do. From filling cavities to filling his kids with the knowledge that if they work hard enough, they can accomplish big things.
Wagner's book project has in fact caught the attention of the New York Public Library and Cobblestone Publishing. So the last chapter has yet to be written. Who knows where you'll see these books popping up next. Back to you.
Love to see what he can do with weather. And I can tell you what I can do with weather, and that's to tell you another warm forecast tomorrow thanks to that warm front moving up. And we'll have another day of sunshine and some clouds. We're also going to talk about that warm southwesterly wind, so it should be good. And we'll keep that warm weather going on into Wednesday as well. But later on into Wednesday, this front's going to start to make the move down. That may trigger off a little shower or thunder shower later on in the day on into Wednesday night. And then the trend towards cooler weather, as you'll see here in the 5-day. But hey, it's warm tomorrow, 80, cooler at the shore, mid-80s inland with lots of sun. Late day shower Wednesday, 84, could be 90 interior Jersey. Again, cooler at the shore, then lower 60s for the end of the week. Maybe showers again by Saturday. Well, we drag John DeCepolo in from Yankee Stadium to tell us about the sports this evening, John.
Thank you, Captain. Up next, the Mets unfortunately come up short against the Phillies on the road. Plus, can the Yankees deliver the boss's message? Enough is enough. Start winning now. Highlights next in sports.
Nobody else had stow-and-go seating and storage.
It's America's best-selling minivan.
With bonus cash.
Got a 5-star side crash test rating.
Got stow-and-go fold flat seats for me. Lots of storage for him.
I got 0% financing.
Hurry in now and join over 1 million proud new owners during the Dodge Spring Sales event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Qualified returning Daimler Chrysler buyers can get a Grand Caravan for just $259 a month for 24 months with $15.99 down at 1.12 APR.
I got the Caravan I wanted.
We just made the switch to Dish Network satellite TVs. Best decision I ever made.
Excuse me, your decision?
Honey.
Dish Network satellite TV. Get over 60 channels, including your local channels, for only $19.99 a month.
And we're talking America's top channels.
And this was your idea?
Absolutely.
Call now and get standard professional installation free. You can watch different programs in 1, 2, 3, even 4 different rooms.
Plus, you get this Dish DVR upgrade free, so you can record your shows without tape.
Try getting that from cable.
Do what I did. Make the switch to Dish Network.
Dish Network. Like this dish.
Call now and get over 60 channels, including local channels, for only $19.99 a month. And that's for 1 full year. Call before 2 p.m. today and get next day standard professional installation free.
Adaptive headlights, designed to anticipate what lies ahead. Unsurpassed 335 horsepower, designed to leave all others behind. The luxury sedan, designed to outperform. Introducing the all-new M from Infiniti.
Fox Tuesday, 7 finalists will take the stage. Who's got it? Who'll bring it? And who will win your vote? American Idol. Then, will you sacrifice your life? This cancer moves quick. To save your unborn child?
Tell me what's going on.
I need your okay on this. All new house.
Tomorrow night at 8 on Fox 5.
Stress.
My stomach aches, my neck is killing me, I can't turn. You're turning. No, it's not a good turn.
Next, Seinfeld.
Next on Fox 5.
Yesterday, the Yankees had to endure the wrath of George Steinbrenner in a statement he released following their loss to the Orioles. Today, skipper Joe Torre gave his thoughts on the matter.
You know, George is passionate about winning, and, you know, we certainly haven't been able to provide it for him.
It's nothing new for me. It might be new for some of the guys that are here, but, you know, the boss always voices his opinion, and I'm surprised it took him this long.
And And I think they got the message tonight against the Devil Rays. In the second, the Bombers exploded for 13 runs, including this grand slam off the bat of Tino Martinez, deep to right. The Yankees were on cruise control. As for Alex Rodriguez, he had a monster game, sending out not one but 2 home runs. He went 5 for 6 on the night. The Yankees pound the Devil Rays 19-8. Meanwhile, the Mets got shut down in Philly tonight in the third. Pat Burrell facing Kaz Ishii, and Burrell got all of it. Solo shot deep to left, 3-0 Phillies. Cliff Floyd also homered for the Mets, trying to bring them back in this game, but wouldn't be enough. Mets lose by 1, 5-4. The final. Both the Yankees and the Mets play again tomorrow. But what an offensive explosion by the Bombers tonight.
See a little pat on the back from the
Loud
boss?
and clear on the back.
Oh, it's more like a shove.
Kicking the pants, more like it.
A little more of a kick. We'll be right back. And it was a big kick.
It was a big kick.
Fox 5 News, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com.
Nice. Shall we?
This new M-Class has a more powerful engine, 268 horsepower.
I can feel it, huh?
Corner, 7 speeds, hands never leave the wheel.
Yeah.
All new interior. Sportier. Unibody construction. Better handling.
Can we stop? Sir, please.
Oh, sure. Electronic brake assist.
So what'd you think? Wow.
Yeah, you get that a lot.
The totally redesigned, all-new 2006 M-Class, starting at $40,470.
McDonald's Chicken Selects and McNuggets made with white meat. Get them while they're hot.
I'm loving it. Saving that push for something really important? Chevy Hot Button is here.
Push it real good!
Now use Hot Button bonus to get an 05 Trailblazer LS 4-wheel drive for around $296 a month with Smart Buy financing. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details.
Push it good!
See your local Chevy dealer today or visit ChevyOffers.com.
In a single day, life changed. Now I'm dining in a garden paradise, enjoying Mediterranean splendor and beautiful candlelit evenings. In fact, the only thing that didn't change was my budget.
Come to Home Goods and save up to 60% on our new spring arrivals. The most distinctive home fashions for spring you'll find anywhere.
Change is good.
Home Goods. Irresistible finds. Exceptional prices.
Imagine a best-selling midsize SUV. Now, add more horsepower and torque. Add more legroom, hip room, and shoulder room. Give it a longer powertrain warranty and 5 years roadside assistance. Then price it right. What would you have? The Kia Sorento. It's not just a better value, it's a smarter buy. Get $2,900 cash back on the 2005 Sorento, including $1,500 owner loyalty bonus. Visit your New York, New Jersey, and Fairfield County Kia retailers. Hurry, offer ends soon.
All righty, Nikki. So short sleeve shirts tomorrow.
Yes, I'm practicing for the sunbathing again tomorrow. It's going to be great. Another summer preview tomorrow. We'll start a little cool, 54, 55 in the morning, but up to 80 in the afternoon. A little cooler at the shore. 84 Wednesday, could be near 90 interior Jersey. Late day shower, thunder shower with a cool front coming in. And then it's back to April, you know, end of the week.
All right, and the way it should be.
The way it should be nice.
Good
Thank
for
you.
us. That's our report for tonight. I'm Dick Renner.
I'm Rosanna Scotto. Thank you for watching. Remember to wake up a good day, New York, starting at 5 a.m.
And join us again tomorrow night on Fox 5 News at 5 and at 6 and then tomorrow night at 10.
Of
right?
course.
That's it? Yeah, okay.
Good night.
Works for shopping. If some have their way, you'll be scanned too. Find out why tomorrow on Fox 5 News at 10.
The 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima. The 245 horsepower Nissan Murano. Performance, style, quality. Two vehicles in perfect harmony. Now lease the Maxima or Murano for just $299 a month. $299 a month. Maxima Murano. Music to your ears.
Now that they're married, Laura and Tim have some decisions to make.
Okay, whose bank?
My checking account's free.
Well, so is mine. But Wachovia gives us free online bill pay.
We get a free check card, which can earn reward points, and we can use over 5,000 ATMs.
Okay. Wachovia.
Definitely.
Now, what goes there?
At least choosing a checking account was easy. Switch to extra free checking. Wachovia.
When families and teachers work together, our children are the winners.
As both a teacher and a parent, I'm proud of our schools.
I'm proud New Jersey is one of the top 2 states for the percentage of students going on to college.
And first in the nation for high scores on advanced placement tests for college credit.
I teach the basics and more. Hard work, respect, and self-discipline.
The members of the New Jersey Education Association.
Making public schools great for every child.